And how did you said that Chochi died before Chinggis?
Yes.
Was there any foul play there?
Again, he seems to have been ill. There are some sources that claim that he was poisoned, but that seems to happen with every single Mongol prince or Khan. There's always they didn't seem to have led the most healthy lifestyles. And so the fact that they died at mostly young ages is not all that surprising. They drank, to excess on a regular basis. And so, there many of them basically seem to have died of, alcoholism, alcohol poisoning.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they were such party animals, to be honest.
Indeed.
What were they drinking?
So that is, something I don't think I could ever stomach, which is called kumis. And that is fermented mare's milk.
Fermented mare's milk.
Yeah, horse milk that's been fermented.
Ooh, yeah.
And so it's essentially, I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried, a Turkish drink like ayran or...
Yeah, of course, I have.
Yeah, so it's a sort of somewhat salty, alcoholic milk. And so, for me, absolutely not. But they absolutely loved it. And of course, it also has to do with what you can get hold of in a nomadic society, right? You don't have... they didn't really have many. They can't grow rice or grapes, so the alcohol that they can get hold of is usually based on milk, and so it makes sense that that's what they would drink. Then when they sort of conquered the more sedentary lands with rice wine in China, for example, or grape wine, they became obsessed with that too. So they weren't that picky in the end.
Okay, so were they drinking? Were there special social occasions, or when they were drinking like after a victory, or were they just like kind of sipping it kind of on the regular?
Well, I don't know about sipping it on the regular, but there's certainly so basically one of the most important state functions, but also societal functions, was called the Kurultai, and this is the sort of the coming together of Mongol elites. And
the big party of the elites.
But it also formed. It's a party, but also the court, the parliament, the marriage hall. This is where all the important things in the Mongol Empire take place, and it's attended by pretty much all the elites, men and women, and often would go for months. And drinking was part of it, feasting was part of it the whole time. So it really is this sort of non-stop thing, and it happens twice a year, sometimes more. And so, this is definitely a key part of Mongol life. And of course, its state functions were incredibly important, but I think also this social function of, sort of, in a sense, trying to keep the family together despite these big distances that they began to be separated by.
So a lot of meat and a lot of alcohol at these occasions.
Indeed. So I mean, that's the when you
count
can't
me
grow,
in. Sounds
well,
like a bash.
I don't know about that. If you read some of the European accounts of the travel that they did across the Russian steppe, there's a lot of meats that we wouldn't necessarily enjoy ourselves, like squirrel and things like that. So, they weren't too picky. They basically ate whatever they could get hold of or hunt. So, of course, the hunt is another huge part of not just Mongol society. Many pre-modern societies use the hunt as sort of this, a sort of status symbol, but also practice for troops and things like that. And so the Mongol hunt was, an absolutely massive affair, and they would create this ring of troops, and this ring would literally close from several days away and force all the animals into a giant circle, and then they would just shoot. Doesn't seem like the most glorious type of hunting, but
seems smart though.
It's extremely effective, and of course it's practice for their military campaigns, which they did similar things.